Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about some skincare do's and don'ts and what the correct ways of avoiding them are. So let's strap on in because there's quite a bit to get through. In the past year, I've been really getting into skincare and trying to focus on protecting my skin and just keeping it in the best condition it can be. So I went through a lot of speed bumps and just a lot of lessons learned throughout those days, so I thought it would be really nice to share them with you guys so you don't have to make these mistakes again, because some of them were really horrible. So I'm going to show you guys the order of application for these skincare and what the incorrect steps may be, and show you guys what the correct ones are. I'll be doing demonstrations on correct and not correct. So the incorrect demonstration is on my right hand side of the face and the correct is on the left hand side. You can see this part is a lot more dewy than this part, so we'll see why. Let's start first with toners and exfoliants. I'm one of those people who really like using exfoliating toners rather than an actual exfoliating serum. I find these to be a lot milder. The most common mistake made with exfoliating toners is putting them onto another exfoliating sheet pad or cotton pad and then wiping it on your face. Why that is a mistake is that when you are exfoliating your skin, you don't want it to be harsh, and already you're using a chemical exfoliant. So by having that extra layer of physical exfoliant on the cotton pad, it might be too much and too harsh for your skin. Over exfoliating is one of the most common mistakes made by a skincare beginner, and I made this tons. And I was thinking, why isn't my skin looking brighter and smoother? It's looking a bit red and irritated, and I didn't know what it was. The ingredients looked great. I had some really nice soothing ingredients in my skincare routine, but then I realized I was over exfoliating. Exfoliating should happen up to 3 to 4 times a week depending on your skin. I exfoliate about twice a week, maybe 3 times if it's in the summer, but it really depends on the spectrum of your skin. If it's on the oilier side, you can exfoliate a little bit more, maybe even up to 5 times if you're using a very mild and gentle cleanser or toner, etc. Make sure to just pat it on with your hands. That is working great, and I think it would do the job. So that is a mistake that commonly is made. Next, I want to talk about hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is one of the best ingredients in skincare because skincare's main purpose is to hydrate and just to moisturize your skin, keeping it plump and replenished. So hyaluronic acid is one of the best things for doing that, and this one's from the Inkey List, so affordable. I absolutely love this product. I've repurchased it twice. At first, I didn't think it was too special, but during the winter time, it really did do special things. But a common mistake with hyaluronic acid is applying it to dry skin. Hyaluronic acid is something that is meant to hydrate the skin, but you should always put it on damp skin. The reason is if you put it on dry skin, it will actually suck the existing moisture on your skin and make it more dry, which is not what we want. The purpose we want is for it to absorb all the water and moisture from, the air, the rest of your skin, but not pull it out of your skin to bring it to the surface layer. So you should always apply this onto a damp skin, whether it is when you wash your face, you left it a little bit damp, or you can use another facial mist, which is what I did, and I just spritzed it on and we could see instantly that my skin looked a lot brighter and plumper. So always use this on damp skin. Next is creams. This is a huge category, and I think this is one of the most common mistakes people made. I was chatting with some of my friends online and I realized they didn't know the difference between creams, and neither did I actually, to be honest. It's wondrous how little we know when we don't read instructions, because this is a really embarrassing thing to admit, but when I first started out with skincare, I thought you're meant to leave cleanser on your face. Yes, I didn't read and I didn't research. I just assumed that if a cleanser was a cream consistency, it is a cream. A cream is a moisturizer, therefore I leave it on the face. For 2 years of my life, I left cleanser on my face. I never washed it off. I put it on, I rubbed it in, and I was like, cool, let's put on some serums after that. And I wonder why my skincare didn't work. Yes. Same thing with creams. Not everything that is a cream is a moisturizer. They are very different. So let's go through them. Let's start first with the COSRX Snail 92 all-in-one cream. This is a very sticky texture and it has those strings, very typical of snail products. And the thing about this is that this is almost treated as an essence. It should not be the last layer in your routine because similar to hyaluronic acid, it doesn't pull in moisture from the environment. It actually sucks it out of your skin and it makes your skin more dry. So what you should do for these is that you should put it on as your second last step or even third last step, and then always seal it in with a moisturizer or a humectant, something like that. You want to use like an oil or a thick sleeping mask or a thick moisturizer to lock everything in. That way it helps to do its thing, but otherwise it's going to pull your skin dry as a Sahara Desert. Not the best way to use it. So this is not a moisturizer, beware. Next is another very popular product. This is Sun By Mir 30-Day Miracle Cream. This is also one that a lot of people think it's a moisturizer. I actually thought this was a moisturizer at first. I thought 30-Day Miracle Cream, I'll just put it all over the skin. Even for the how to use, it does say take an appropriate amount and put over the skin. Nonetheless, for my skin, I'm leaning combination dry right now, so that's not the best way to use it. I think if you have oily and very hormonal skin, this could be used as a normal moisturizer. It is on the thinner side, so it does work really nicely for that. However, for us who are a little bit more dry, this should be used as spot treatment. So what you want to do is actually take a little dab of this and put on areas where you want to have that extra exfoliation to brighten, to reduce, bumps, texture, etc. So what I like to do is I'll take a little amount and put it on the little dots on my face where I want to just hopefully get rid of, and I find that it works great as spot treatment. Once you put it onto your skin, wait for a few seconds, rub it in, and it will look flawless. Honestly, after a few weeks, you can see differences in your skin. It does look brighter, the texture seems to reduce, but it's just that through trial and error, I found that this is best as spot treatment rather than just straight up moisturizer. Next is another cream, but this one is from I'm From. This is their rice cream, and I do find this to be a moisturizer, so definitely a thicker consistency, what we're used to. It has, that white kind of really creamy texture, and it seals everything in. So this is the normal cream moisturizer we are used to, and you can just lather this on as the last step of your routine. Finally, the last mistake and most common one I see people make is that some people use an oil as a sunscreen. This is simply not the best way to protect yourself against the sun. Let's just think about it like this. When we cook, we like to put some oil on the frying pan to fry it. If we put oil on our skin, we're frying it with the heat of the sun and UV rays. It's not helping with sun care, it's actually making it worse. So using an oil is not the best way to protect yourself against the sun. So you should always use an actual sunscreen on your face if you want to protect yourself against the UVA or B rays. So never skimp on the sunscreen. Don't use an oil, use an actual sunscreen. That being said, you can still use this as a last layer of your routine. For example, if it's really not that sunny that day and you want to stay home, this just really moisturizes the skin, and I find that when I'm extremely dry, this really helps. And the thing is, you can also use this after your sunscreen as another layer just to protect yourself, especially if you want to put on makeup. I do find a lot of people like putting on some oil or essence drops before their makeup, just so everything blends a lot smoother. And that's absolutely fine. Just make sure you still have some SPF factors in your routine. Otherwise, you're really not doing yourself a favor there by not protecting yourself against the sun. Well, that's it for today, guys. I hope you learned something from this video, because I think 2 years ago, young me would really have enjoyed this video, and that would have helped me a lot, because I was just experimenting my way through my skincare. I didn't know what was going on. I was so overwhelmed by the different amount of jargon and terms. What on earth is ascorbic acid? What's an antioxidant? What on earth is this, right? I only at that time knew moisturizer, sunscreen. That was it. And then slowly, cleansers, toners, etc. But it is quite a confusing journey to try to find what works for you for your skin. So definitely experiment it. And these are some just things I think you guys should keep in mind when you're working out with skincare, because it really is something that just trial and error you have to go through. So, see what works with you. But most of these products I mentioned, I do enjoy them lots. It's just the way of using them needs to be, changed up a tiny bit to make them maximize their potentials and their uses. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up or even subscribe to my channel. But aside from that, I'll see you guys for the next one.